Have you ever wondered how a huge creator just disappears from a platform overnight? It's not a mystery. Today, we're breaking down how platforms decide to ban the creators. It's about 3 rules, 4 tools, and 5 major consequences. This isn't about rumors or some secret cabal. It's a rule set. Bans are just the enforcement of written policies, mixed with some cold, hard business judgments. We're going to break down the policy, the technology, the money, and the market impacts that drive these decisions. Let's start with the rules. Rule 1. A ban ballot has to actually exist in the platform's terms of service. This could be anything from hate speech and harassment to explicit content, coordinated deception, or payment fraud. Platforms rarely just invent new rules during a crisis. Instead, they interpret the ones they already have. That's why the legal language in those long, boring documents matters way more than the headlines. Rule 2 is all about precedent and consistency. Platforms use their past enforcement actions to justify new decisions. If they've banned other creators for doing a certain thing, it makes it much easier to pull the trigger again. This is also why selective enforcement causes such a massive public outcry. When people feel the rules are being applied unfairly, it completely destroys trust in the platform. And that brings us to rule number 3, the business calculus. Who pays the bills? At the end of the day, platforms have to weigh a creator's value against the risk they pose to advertisers. The moment major brands start threatening to pull their ad spend, enforcement suddenly gets a lot faster. In short, if keeping a creator on the platform threatens the platform's revenue, you can bet their interpretation of the policy will shift, and it will shift fast. So, once the rules are established, how do platforms actually enforce them? They have 4 primary tools. Some of these are reversible, while others can be career-ending. The first tool is visibility controls. This is the soft ban. They can demonetize your content, limit its reach in recommendations, or even remove it from search results. These actions quietly choke off a creator's revenue and audience growth without the public. Relations headache that comes with a full, outright ban. Tool number 2 is blocking payments and monetization. By cutting off payouts or pausing direct monetization features, platforms remove the financial incentive for a creator to keep producing content. This often forces creators to scramble and find alternative ways to make a living from their work. Next up, tool number 3, content removal and takedowns. This is what most people think of when they hear the word ban. It involves removing specific pieces of content or suspending entire accounts. It's a very visible and often controversial move, but sometimes it's unavoidable, especially when the legal risks for the platforms start to climb. Finally, there's tool number 4, leveraging partnerships and deplatforming networks. This is a big one. Platforms don't operate in a vacuum. They coordinate with payment processors like Stripe or PayPal, ad networks, and even app stores. This widens the enforcement net far beyond just their own site, making it incredibly difficult for a creator to operate anywhere online. When a ban happens, the fallout is huge. There are at least 5 major consequences. First, the creator's income is lost, and it's immediate. Second, the audience fragments as loyal fans migrate to other platforms to follow their favorite creator. Third, it creates advertiser uncertainty. Other brands see what happened and start reevaluating where they spend their ad dollars. Fourth, it invites legal and regulatory scrutiny as lawmakers start asking questions. And fifth, it impacts investors, as the platform's stock price and ad revenue forecasts can shift. So, how can you spot a potential ban before it happens? Need to watch for a few key signals. 1. Look for changes in the official policy wording. 2. Pay attention to public statements from major advertisers. 3. Watch if payment partners start pausing services for certain types of creators. 4. Notice any sudden, unexplained drops in recommendation traffic. And 5. Keep an eye on legal complaints being filed against a creator or platform. If you see 3 or more of these signals light up, you are officially in ban probability territory. Let's look at a recent case. A creator had repeated policy breaches, which then led to advertiser pressure. This resulted in demonetization, which was followed by a full account suspension, all within 1 month. You can see the pattern. Policy violations led to advertiser action, which triggered payment blocks and ended in a takedown. Ultimately, bans are policy decisions often disguised as simple enforcement actions. But they are predictable if you know how to watch the rules, the money, and the partners. Let me know in the comments which signal you want to deep dive on next, the ads, the payments, or the legal side. We'll follow up with another video. And don't forget to subscribe for more weekly explainers on how policy drives the creator market.